Do not delude yourself into thinking it's over. Welcome back to Spreadsheets 4. Now, some people will think that this did actually end last time because, hey, we did the massive build-up of all of our cities, so surely there's nothing else left to do, right? I mean, you look over at Danzig and you see it's all filled out. You go over to Aalborg, all filled out. Yeah, it's looking pretty good, but we're not done yet, you see. Following our amazingly well set out spreadsheet right here, we did fill in all the cities. Although most of them are simply marked in yellow, that means I need to come back and perfect them, drive out the enemy or buy up his businesses, and well, that's about all there really is that takes it from yellow to green. Green doesn't even mean full population. However, I made a bit of a mistake on this. Previously there were meant to be 83 grain farms in Oslo, but I got a bit lazy, and I think when it came to Oslo, what I did was I just filled it up to the brim with meat farms, thinking that's all I needed. That was not the case. So whilst Oslo does have 602 businesses, two of them being these salters, it doesn't really have the correct businesses since it's just full of stock farms. But ever the crafty person that I am, I've decided that, well, for one, I'm going to build 4 more of those stock farms. I do have the money, right? Good. 1, 2, 3, 4. Beautiful. That'll take us up to the required 600 there. And instead, I'm going to put those grain farms in Stavanger. Now, Stavanger I did fill to the brim with the required number of stock farms, but I can just delete those later on. Means I need 83 grain farms. Now, I don't even know what I was doing with these business numbers. What was I thinking? I don't even know what I was thinking here. But it doesn't seem to be all that right. Still, that's something that I will come back to later on. So for now, I'm going to mark Oslo in yellow. And we will deal with these guys when I have more money, essentially. It's not like it's going to be built anytime soon due to the severe lack of building materials. Because yes, whilst Rostock has about 185,000 wood and 145,000 clay, we need about 1 million wood and about 2 million clay to do everything that we want to do here. That's going to be troublesome. Another really troublesome thing is going to be the distribution of our goods. I mean, Aarhus is already short on grain, and that doesn't seem fun for anyone. All of our autos are still going back home as we told them to, because we never really unpaused after last time. We just built everything. But ever since I built them, I got really excited about the prospect of building up more and distributing those goods. So let's get you back here. I should probably check my little Patrician 4 notebook to see if I gave myself any notes. It says focus brick in Kungsberg and wood in Lübeck. Anybody gonna give me some proper pronunciation on Kungsberg? Because I just prefer Queensberg. This is a good point though, because Kongsberg is going to bring us all the clay and Lübeck is going to bring us a butt-ton of wood. The problem is that they still need to be built up something fierce. And yeah, I will totally get on that. I'll probably even throw a lot of population into Kongsberg and disable the wineries in favor of having that clay production. So it means my initial bunch of clay and wood needs to go to these two guys. Well, that's exactly why we have the wild card Thagnus. So you get over to Rostock and you get that clay and that wood. There we go. So I go to Lübeck and I just give them what they need to be satisfied, which is a heck of a lot of this stuff. Maybe they don't deserve quite so much. There we go. And then I do much the same for Kongsberg. So if we watch Lübeck, this stuff is about to become pretty damn built. PC is chugging over that. And then Kongsberg can just have the rest. There you go, guys. Barcode is saying, so Jake and chat, off the top of your heads, are SGDQ games you're looking forward to? Wouldn't mind seeing that, that Banjo-Kazooie run. I want to see that. Okay, so this will be built up in due time. There are a lot of my ships that are going to cease functioning properly. That is a bit of a shame, but fit kinnemindi, as we say. Because, okay, here's the thing about how it's going to go for the next few months after I unpause. I have already ensured that meat... no, not meat at all. I've already ensured that grain and cheese will flow, so starvation will not hit anywhere. And because I've built chapels everywhere, the... wait, state of emergency? That doesn't seem right at all. I think they just came out of a plague. I suspect that they just came out of a plague. Let's look at somewhere else, like Boston. That's more like it. I strongly suspect that prosperity will not fall down to recession or anything worse, even though the flow of goods is going to dry up horribly. The most important thing is people still have grain, and people still have cheese to prevent starvation, although I have plenty of meat backed up, so that should be okay. And I want to get my wood and my brick sent out just to get everybody building regularly. Some places will end up backing up massively with goods, so my priorities are thusly: first, 2 types of food, and we've sorted that. Secondly, get building materials flowing, everybody needs them. And thirdly, get ship production materials flowing, that is to say wood, hemp, metal goods, pitch and cloth. Because if I don't get my ships to continue flowing, like here, this is a problem, lack of metal goods and lack of pitch. If I don't keep the ships flowing, then I won't have ships to distribute the massive amount of goods that are now being made. And look at all these weavers and hemp farm people. They won't be able to ship out their goods unless I really upgrade all my convoys with much larger capacity. So I need to get on that. So I need to check a few things. For one, my inland cities are backing up with the goods that they produce. So if I get the Minden to Rostock Tool Penelope person, and I say, are you man enough? 10 days, is that really gonna cover all the goods that they produce here in 10 days? Not even slightly, however I will activate you nonetheless. I think quite a few of these guys have shut down. I mean, the Berlin to Rostock tool guy, he needs to get on it. Berlin to Rostock cloth, I'm not even sure if they're doing it properly. There's all these guys that are just stopped in cities. I need to tell them to pick up the pace. Warsaw to Thorn Honey, the buck chuck, and the wine. I need it all flowing. Now, quite a few places are going to end up backed out the door with the goods that they produce, because some of them are really producing goods that we never had there before, so I need to get on that. We will get on it. Such as Stettin, they're now going to produce grain, tons of it, and I need them to actually get it flowing. Wow, it's not like they've even had very long to get it flowing, but boy are they going for it. When it comes to Stettin, they're going to be our biggest single grain producer. 500 farms. 500 times 6 is 3,000, and so I need 3,000 times however long it takes to make that journey. Because if the grain ever dries up here, now you wouldn't think it would dry up with 114k, but just you wait and see. Where are our ships? I got my Carvels here, but I'm not even sure I'm gonna have enough here. How many did I say? 500 times 6 is 3,000. Might even need like this many Carvels. Wait, where are those Carvels at? There we go. So the Stettin to Rostock grain. And what names have we got? Naoto. Yeah, sure. Mandalf the Manly is putting that in. I do like to refer to the ship names list for this. So Stettin to Rostock, and hey, I've made a mistake here. I had a whole bunch of auto people available for this. And I do want that. The SS Golden Horde, for example, will be perfect for this, right? Well, maybe. And where are those cogs of mine? There, take my cog back. So we got Elas Mickelbust. We don't care about fighting ability, but repairing, negotiating, and trading are all top-notch with you. So you are going to be the Stettin to Rostock Grain Naoto. Why Naoto? Isn't that one of the Persona characters? And it is a bit of a shame to lose our Golden Horde ship. Maybe we'll rename one as such later on. So you go to Stettin, you grab all that grain from the warehouse, of course. That's where it is. Then you go to Rostock and you dump all that grain. And that should ensure that the Stettin grain always flows. Now that is a tiny distance and it's chewing up a whole 5 of our Carvels. Imagine if we had grain coming in from Edinburgh. If it took, say, 9 days, we would need 3 times as many Carvels on that route. Still, get to it. I have every confidence that you will take care of that. But then there is the wildcard Thagnus, who could probably take an initial bit of care of it, although I want that as well. I tried so hard to remove those explosion sound effects from the land combat, but I just couldn't. Okay, I'm also going to give Aehus loads of grain just to offset any issues that they might have. You're looking good on grain. I think everybody else here is. We did set up a pretty meticulous grain train, so that's good. Otherwise, Rostock look after this. So the money is simply flowing in, so I'm going to deal with Stavanger like I probably said I would. Although Stavanger are short on building materials, I would like to pump them up just to make it a little bit easier. I probably won't though. You owe me a lot of this stuff, but I already gave it to Lübeck, didn't I? Didn't I? Yeah, they're working on building their sawmills. They could probably do with starting on that. There we go. Get that wood flowing. Wood is so important for what I need right now. Edrich is saying, is Hansa perfect yet? It's built almost perfect, but for one, a lot of the buildings need to be completed, and secondly, I need my convoys to be working with it as well. So Stavanger... Why did I not finish Stavanger? I probably had my reasons, but I can't remember them. It's meant to have 497 stock farms, and I think stock farms are all we have here. I don't recall building anything other than those. Oh yeah, it was because I couldn't build out of this properly, could I? But now I should be able to. Yeah, I almost certainly can. But that means these large wells need to go, and I need to build a few more houses, because this place is meant to have 58,000 people. At least according to my calculations here. 58,000 means I need 20 of these. That is not 20. I must have built some other ones though, surely. And if not, I can build them later on. But still, I need 30 more houses. Good thing I didn't finish building all these wells, isn't it? You know, if I find that I can't demolish fully built wells, I will be less than happy. But I guess that's okay. One of the things, I'm pretty sure the AI is going to find ways to build buildings where I don't want them to be. Alright, 30 of you. Because this just ain't over yet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. 11, 12. Alright, a lot of these have got to go then. It's okay though, the wells are used as almost placeholders here, so I'm not too concerned about demolishing them here. I don't make much of my money back, but if you haven't noticed, in a few days we've made 26 million ducats. So I don't feel so bad about having spent 360 million ducats constructing all this stuff. So that was 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 19, huh? We'll get there. 21, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2 more. One. 2. We good. Still bothers me that the AI owns some buildings here in my beautiful Stavanger, but that's okay. I will drown out my woes with, for one, fastclicker.exe. Keep calling it autoclicker, but I think its name here is fastclicker.exe. Yep. The office always has some dosh for me. There we go. Also, that tax rate could probably be bumped up a bit. I deserve it. So, 448 businesses right now. I don't know why there are so few. But when it comes to stock farms, there need to be 497, and I'm pretty sure there are nothing but stock farms here in Stavanger. Pretty sure that's all there ever has been. Not seeing anything else, so I will build more stock farms until that number says 497. In, of course, the most beautiful way possible. It's kind of a shame to do this to poor Stavanger, but needs must. 481, so still need a few more. We good yet? 494, just need 3 more. 1, 2, 3. Alright, so now I need 83 grain farms. Perhaps I shouldn't be so impatient with my space here. Especially if it won't let me build any around here. Wow, game, give me a bone. I think it's because I didn't give myself any road to work with here. I'm gonna have to sort that. There we go, get 2 there, and then just demolish some that we see here. If you can't get road to work with, then it won't give you anything. Now I know I said we're done with the building last time, but hey, come on, when are we ever really done here? So I need to build these until my total number of businesses reaches 580. Really though, I do desperately want to be done with the whole building aspect. It was by a considerable measure the least fun thing about all of this. It's not nice being forced to abide by these squares. But if you don't, then your building's gonna blow. In fact, I'm sealing myself off dangerously here. Jake, please, this layout, my eyes. Yeah, I know, it ain't pretty. But I just need to build another 7 of them and we're good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go. So we have our 83 grain farms in Stavanger. Lack of grain is deadly, so always make sure it's flowing. And now I can finally yellow off Stavanger like I didn't do before. Still not entirely sure why I didn't, but there's a lot of things I'm not sure about in this world. And I think most of these values look fine to me. Not all of them are perfect, but it'll do. Now, these inland guys. Erfurt, for example, is meant to be giving me tons of metal, but I think the Erfurt guy already operates fine. Plus, Erfurt needs a lot more building materials, but I still have Red Crane, if I remember well, delivering that stuff. If I remember well, the wildcard Red Crane. He picks up loads of building materials and he does his rounds. That's good because he ensures a steady trickle of building materials for these guys who frankly always need it, but that's okay. Otherwise, I need to think about Kongsberg's clay. They are, very hopefully, about to massively increase the production of clay, and to the point where I don't really care about their wine production, so that's getting kneecapped in favor of those people working in the pits. Great. So like I said, the flow of building materials is priority 2, right after food. Lübeck already out of wood, but they will be producing all that they need out of that. And those sawmills are operational. Let's just give them a few more people though, because yeah, I really want those working. And in fact, if we give it one day, and we will, Kongsberg to Rostock brick just failed. It's something that really has to not fail, so I'm going to be on that. Alright, honey is very low on the priority list, so we're not producing much of it. And now the sawmills should be producing ample wood. Really, Kongsberg to Rostock brick stopped working. That's just because they're finishing this stuff off. I'm confident that I will be able to reactivate you pretty soon. Jake, what's your policy on emote spam in chat? I used 5 emotes, so I was timed out for 10 minutes. I would like to know, so I won't anger the bot gods again. Well, for 1, we don't have bots here. For 2, if your emote doesn't contribute anything, then it's probably spamming. And Jesus, 5? Come on. I even have like a wee pop-up thing about what we want this chat to be. Alright, well, at least the pirates aren't a problem here. So, those tools from Minden and from Berlin. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to make these guys a bit bigger. The cloth guy doesn't seem to operate. I wonder if that's because Berlin doesn't get enough wool, or if the weavers just aren't working. In any case, I'm gonna find that... Oh, here you are. You're the Berlin to Rostock tool guy. I want you to be big enough that you can handle anything. Now Berlin is going to produce 400 tool people, and you make 2 tools per day from one of those, I think. Tools, 2 per day. Good. So if there's 400 of you, that's 800 per day in ideal circumstances, and it takes 4, so 4 times 800 means you need 4 wagon trains. Or 4 wagons in your train. That's good. Minden is going to do something similar. Excuse me. Where they do 370 things of them, but I still think 4 of you is the ideal number. Still, I think I have some spare wagons here. How many wow, I've got a lot of wagons. This is good. This is very good. I'm gonna throw them all over to Rostock, because almost everybody in the inland nodes throws their things over to Rostock. So, get over there, or maybe get over to Minden, wherever's best. Where's the Minden people? Minden to Rostock Tools Penelope, they'll be back in a minute. Or one day rather. There they are, they're back in. I'm gonna stop them temporarily, and I'm gonna tell them to... okay, well these things don't work out so well. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Takes 9 days though, so that's like 10, 3,700. So, okay, they'll probably need a bit more then. Glad I brought everyone here. Hold on, I can run some proper numbers here. If I round it up to 10. Yeah, I could, couldn't I? Let's not. There you go, tools, Penelope. That should be everything you need. 4,000, 8,000. Yeah, that's probably still not enough. Gonna round it up hard. I mean, we have, thankfully, plenty of wagons. And I haven't even brought them all in, so that's okay. There we go. And the rest of the wagon trains can get over to Rostock. There are plenty more dotted around. I'll grab them when I need them. So many places lacking in building materials. But that's okay. So if the building materials are kind of flowing, which they will as soon as I reactivate you. 12,000, yeah, that's not going to be enough, but get running anyway. Then I know the food is running fine, because we see that, and all that cheese as well, which is good. The meat as well, I'm glad I got plenty of that backed up. Then the next question is ship materials. Cloth, tools, hemp, and pitch. So I'm going to focus on the main, the biggest providers of all of those. Tools, thankfully, come in very heavily from Berlin, and Berlin's doing a bang-up job of that, closely followed by Minden. So the tools are looking okay. The pitch comes in best from either Malmö or Gotham City. Gothenburg is great because we have total control over the damn place. And they produce wood as well that they need for it all. So really I just need to bump up Gothenburg's population. Yeah, actually currently all they really need is population. I could take it from somewhere else, like Aarhus. Missing raw materials. What raw oh, of course, that wood that you have is going to be swiftly consumed. You also make smithies for me. You need a huge amount of materials, which I could give to you, but it might be short-sighted to give it just to you. But there's no sight like short sight. Would drink up almost all of the clay we have left, which is a scary proposition. Well, if that's how the pitch is going, I'm fairly confident we're not going to face hemp struggles anytime soon. But then there's still cloth. Cloth comes in from two major sources, Hamburg and Rostock themselves. So as long as Rostock continues to get wool, we should be good. The wool is not really flowing in, so again I need to check where my wool comes in from. Main source, Stockholm. Ugh. Stockholm and Visby, but still Stockholm. Ugh. Stockholm makes loads of mead, which is very, very low on the pecking order right now. So I think I will take all my mead people and tell them to, holy crap, for one